Oh, how the fuck we doing out there, Outrage crew? Just ticked over June 16th, 2019. How the fuck was your Saturday? Happy Father's Day out there to all the pappies. Oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get into it tonight. We got a fresh pack of Natty Light. Some of that good old Outrage delight. We're gonna get into it, into the thickness. Oh yeah, we had a good Saturday out here. Got some goddamn deliveries in, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, cheap Jewish man? Coming in hot, calling me a crybaby. I don't know why. I'm just a poor little tax cattle, just like you, cheap Jewish man. Unless you're actually running the Federal Reserve. What up, Aaron Friedman? He comes in extra hot, calling me lispy. The Outrage crew is feeling extra aggressive tonight. And I like it. That's how it should be. We're that tax cattle coalition, dude. We're organizing, we're coming together. We're pointing out the criminals at the helm of our country. The people who want to see Donald Trump fall down and burn in a lake of fire, ladies and gentlemen. Elizabeth Warren's up there. She's doing her nice little Southern woman. Okay, I'm just good little Native American Southern woman. And I'm here, and I'm just going to let you know that don't pay any attention to that thing I had with Donald Trump and the DNA testing. I mean, whatever, Pocahontas. You're a joke candidate. What up, Cactus Jack? He says, Happy Father's Day to all the non-existent black fathers. Well, that seems like an unnecessary cheap shot. To all the brothers out there, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and give my pappy a call, see what he's been up to. He's been out there, he's been out there on that machinist life, super practical, gearhead pappy. Aaron Freeman says most confusing day in Harlem. Oh my God! Well, if you have some black friends, try and be a fatherly influence in their life. All right. If they request guidance, offer it up. Do whatever you can to help. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna give Pops a call tomorrow. See what he's been up to. He's probably been out there, designing kayaks. That's what he's up to lately. He's a kayak craftsman. All right, he gets in there, he smooths out the wood, he shapes it, he forms it, he hammers it all together, dude. He's got some goddamn pristine kayak creations. All right, it's a family affair. My sister, she draws all these cute little woodland creatures all over the kayak there, and it's all lovely, My dad and my mom, they're good patriots back in Oklahoma. They're steaming at the cultural Marxists just like we here at the Outrage crew. They're just mortified at the collectivist, architects of evil. So I'm going to give him a call tomorrow. You know, hopefully once I start making some goddamn money out here, I can invite him out to California. We can pop some goddamn bottles if I sell a screenplay or some goddamn thing, ladies and gentlemen. You know, bring the fam out here to LA. Try to guide them away from the homeless communities. Try not to, you know, get anybody stabbed here out on the streets. All right. We're trying to avoid being stabbed. We've got our citizen app. It gives us alerts to all the ongoing police activity.
You're addicted to violence.
I'm addicted to violence. Heaven is the one who goes to sleep. Her bedtime story every night is murder stories.
No.
Torture porn in audio form.
It's amazing. It's amazing. No Sleep podcast on all your platforms, dude. Amazing. Like horror stories. Go more.
The pot calling the kettle, you know, a porch monkey.
I never once said those words. I just said facts.
Aaron Freeman says, that's awesome. I have a kayak trail in my backyard. Well, there you go, dude. Get out there. It's pretty fucking cool to get out on the lake on a kayak. Yep. Me and Heaven actually went back to Oklahoma and we both kayaked in my dad's kayaks.
And fished at the same time.
And fishing in a kayak on a lake is fucking dope. All right? You feel like you're sitting right in the water and just gliding.
And I couldn't even swim, guys. And I was actually really good. I couldn't even swim. That shit was awesome.
What up, Sweet Chin? Yeah, we got out there on that kayaking, dude. Casted a line or two. I caught nothing. All right, I've always been a terrible fisherman. When I was growing up, I was always, you know, my dad didn't have a boat for a while, and so we were always fishing from the shore, dude. In Oklahoma, it was always, you know, in the summertime, you know, it was all goddamn humid. Mosquitoes everywhere. You know. No, Heaven is not my wife, Sweet Chin. Stop trolling.
We're so creepy. Sweet Chin, I know you know that we're not married.
Yeah, she recognizes your name.
Yeah, I know.
Sweet Chin's just out there. He doesn't even know what's going on. He's just out there trying to be a sexy boy.
Is he just out there just having like tripping on, I don't know, bad attitude or something?
I mean, this is what's going on in Sweet Chin's head every day. You know, he's just delirious on his own sex appeal. He's got the move. Sweet Chin is not your boy toy, all right? Don't get any ideas.
Oh my God.
He's just a sexy goy, all right? That's what the Jews call non-Jews, is goyim. All right, we're that tax cattle coalition of goyim here on the Outrage Cast. Except for cheap Jewish man, he's our head sneak of the coalition, and we look to him to decode the sneakery, all right, that's going on and report back to us. We've got an inside man. We need the horsepower on the team for Western civilization. This is that tax cattle coalition, dude.
Jewish people.
Yeah, we're not your goy toys. Okay, Federal Reserve? That's not what we are. You can't just mold us, you know, and expect us to strut around like NPC goyim and just carry out your goddamn cultural Marxist, you know, Western civilization destruction. It's not gonna happen.
It already is. They own the banks. They own your pockets. They have everything you don't. They already won.
But not exactly.
You already lost. You can't even admit it to yourself. That's so sad.
We have not lost. All right.
Entered in the competition.
I looked this up the other day. That the head of the Federal Reserve is actually not Jewish right now.
And it's also not you.
All right, that's not the point. We're making arguments for Western civilization. All right, we're exposing the truth that nobody else wants to talk about.
No one else cares.
Yes, because they're propagandized NPCs.
It's not about worrying about who owns the banks. It's that veer away from banking in general. They're
I have a credit union account. I'm not participating in the Big Six Mega Bank Fuck Fest Gangbang-a-thon that's happening to the tax cattle in large.
Who do you think owns those credit unions? Who? You think no one owns them? You think they're actually solid? No, you.
Well, it's not as bad as goddamn Bank of America or Chase. You're just willingly participating in the anal cavity, widening.
You're putting your money in someone else's in an account for someone else to hold on to because you can't.
Well, goddamn it, they don't accept cash for my rent.
Cash your stress. I mean, do you? Banking is just paying a babysitter for your money. You're paying someone to watch your money.
Oh, I'm not pro bank. Ultimately, I want to be on that crypto. I want to have all my money in crypto if, they would let me pay my goddamn rent in crypto. I want that. I want to be my own personal bank, dude. I don't want that goddamn third party fuckery. I don't need it, dude. I'm not your goy toy. Aaron Freeman says Bank of America was started by Italians. Okay.
Yep.
There you go.
He served the people.
Sweet Chin says, don't make me fight your wars. Well, that's not your choice, Goyim. Deal with it. You good little tax cattle. You're contributing to the 700 different military bases across the planet.
So are you?
No, I'm not. We're not talking about that. All right? The IRS is listening. What up, Raw Dog?
And they also...
I don't make enough money to contribute to the goddamn, gangbang-a-thon that's being purveyed upon the tax cattle of the public. Raw Dog says, we stand with Israel. Who is we? Support the troops.
That's the number one way to prove that you're not on board. Who's we? Not me. That was really Who's we? Wow, that was rough. Like, yes, you don't.
I don't mind Israel existing. Go ahead, dude. But don't expect me to be your goy toy and fund the defense of your country. You're supposed to be so high IQ and full of chutzpah. Why can't you defend your own country? What are you muttering over there?
You are just senseless.
Senseless? I'm full of sense.
Yeah.
I'm pure sense.
Just like a sentence. There's bad sense and there's good sense. And you are just all in.
Heaven's eating a big, delectable piece of chocolate cake right there. She's on that chocolate life right now. She's getting into it.
I'm happy.
That's pure decadence. Right, ladies and gentlemen? She's in heaven. Heaven is in heaven
I love cake.
when she has cake.
Makes me so happy. Stop observing me, weirdo.
She brought home some wings last night, ladies and gentlemen. And we dug down on them. What up, Salty? Salty says, this is his comment when he comes into the chat. He gonna full of BBC soon. Are BBC? I hope he means BBC America. I hope he doesn't mean Big Black Cock, because that has no relevance to any of the stream so far, sir. I don't know what's happening.
Oh, that's why he's so salty. He's so random. Like, what the fuck?
Why are you so salty?
Did you know that salt is just angry sugar?
Why can't you balance it? Salt is just pissed off sugar, ladies and gentlemen.
Then who else is salty?
You need to balance out your saltiness with a little sweetness, with a little bit of that cake.
It makes sense.
You know. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we had a good Saturday out here. Got on stage. I was goofing on West Hollywood. You know, how the Creation Organic place is. It's like a juice smoothie bar. You know, and they have all these like wraps and sandwiches and you know. And they have a big sign in West Hollywood in the shop Creation Organic that says, we do not tolerate racism, sexism, misogyny, homophobia. And it's like, is this really a big problem here in West Hollywood? Do you just have people coming in, you know, like, I'll take a large smoothie, please. And then wait, is that the guy making the smoothie? I don't want any faggots making my smoothie. What the fuck?
There's someone at the door waiting for like little stickers for name tags. Are you racist? Are you sexist? Transgender? What is it? Are you just mad? Okay, I'm mad. Just go.
Basically, what they're saying is, white people, you better stay on your toes.
Not just white people. It's all people.
Nobody gets accused of racism but white people.
No, people get accused of racism somewhere. I don't know, people. But hey, guess what?
It's 99% white people.
You just see it because
Name the last
last
black person that got accused of racism.
I don't know because I don't hang around people who are.
Name one. A celebrity. Name one.
I don't know because I don't listen to those things. Honestly, I'm too busy working.
But what I'm saying is, you know, it's basically a checklist of like things that straight white males can't do when they come into the Creation Organic. You know, it's like, stay on your toes, Goyam.
You're looking in like the white people telescope. You need to like look through like a kaleidoscope. You're not seeing all the colors, bro. Only your perspective.
I see all the colors.
No, just yours. All
right, I see where I'm being excluded by the diversity agenda.
So you're gonna scream about it? Oh my god!
You know, we're done. But the next step of progressivism is to just have a juice bar that's for minorities only. And that's what the sign says. Minorities only! That's the next step in progressivism, is to bring back segregation.
But it's a segregation celebration.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
segregation celebration. If you are out of the norm, I mean, not white, come on down. Oh, don't fight. Oh, guys.
This time, there's no water fountain for white people.
Oh, my gosh. You didn't have a fountain at all.
It's all minorities only.
And black people drink out of hoses. Yes.
Aaron Freeman says minorities don't drink juice. Well, you know, black people, they drink that purple. That purple drink.
Grape juice?
They didn't even call it grape. You know, it's just purple drink. That's that Dave Chappelle bit.
It used to be called Kool-Aid, guys. It's just.
You know, there's 3 ingredients in purple drink. It's water, sugar, and purple.
That's none of that is facts. All that's fine. So what if? Oh my God, the Kool-Aid guy is kind of like a guy who is on purple lean. He's always like busting through walls.
Oh yeah, he's tripping over himself.
He's fucked up this whole time. He's like, oh, by the way, I just fucking drugs. I'll drink me. Like, whoa, bro, you're not on drugs. Facts.
Kool-Aid can also be like a sarcastic, really offensive guy who hears somebody has AIDS and they get and they're like, oh, cool, AIDS.
And what the fuck?
Don't blame me. That was Sweet Chin's joke. I'm gonna blame Sweet Chin.
Why did you say it?
I thought it would be funny, and then it came out of my mouth, and then that just happened. All right. Sometimes, you know, sometimes we bomb, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes we drop the carpet bombs, like it's goddamn the footage from Iraq.
Carpet bombs, like eating pussy? Yeah.
Carpet bombs have nothing to do with eating pussy. It's about destruction and murder. But in order to fund their murder, the military-industrial complex has to have a nice coalition of tax cattle, all right, to extract milk from. They need the tax cattle's, you know, milk in order to make more blood, all right? It's what they have to do, all right? We have to protect Israel. You have to support the troops. Be a good little goy toy.
More teat. More meat.
Joe Rogan crashes through the wall. Cool. AIDS. It was weird, like, listening to, let's get the American flag straight here. It was weird listening to,
See what you did there? Let's get the American flag straight. Because it was gay. Oh, man.
the American flag has never been gay. But it was weird listening to Rogan and Ben Shapiro on, when Ben Shapiro came on his podcast. And it was like 2.5 hours of Rogan, like, constantly inquiring to why Ben Shapiro is not super comfortable with sodomy. Ben, I mean, why do you even care? And it was just over and over and over and over. And he's like, I have a religious, I have a predilection against it's a sin in my religion, and you know they may not know what they're doing. And it was like constant, but why? Don't you just don't you jerk off 5 times a day like me, Ben? I mean, what's a what's a butthole or a vagina? I mean, it's all just. It's not the same thing to me. I in my religion, sodomy is it's a complicated thing, and you know they're gonna reap the repercussions of their lifestyle. And Aaron Freeman says Crowder did the same thing. Well, they argued about Rogan and Crowder. They argued about weed for 2 hours. Why don't you just smoke weed all day, dude? Why don't you talk about how weed is illegal all day long, Steven? What's the deal? And it's like those are Rogan's fucking, major, selling points. Sodomy and weed. All right, it's all good, bro. Cactus Check says, Nick, how are people reacting to the Anthony Davis trade in LA? I haven't seen anybody react to it, honestly. But that's pretty badass that LeBron and Anthony Davis are going to be on the same team. Here's my thought. If LeBron shaves his head next year, they're going to make a run in the playoffs. What up, David? If he doesn't shave his head, they're going to be one and done in the playoffs.
Oh my gosh.
Because the bald spot is encroaching. I think LeBron is very insecure about the bald spot and the receding hairline, and he's just got to let it go, dude. I don't know what his attachment is to that goddamn hair on top of his dome. Why can't you just go super smooth style like MJ?
Wow.
All right, black men look incredibly good bald. I don't know why I corrected myself from black people to black men, and then in the middle of me saying that, I realized that I'm currently in a room with a bald-headed black woman. But heaven does, she wasn't embarrassed about her hairline. That was a goddamn fashionista choice. All right, but LeBron, he needs to go bald, dude. He needs to go clean shaven. All right, and I think they might make a run in the playoffs.
If people are worried about his bald spot, they're obviously not watching the game for the same reason you are.
Well, the point is not whether people are watching the game and watching his bald spot. The point is LeBron might be worried about, the camera angle while he's shooting his free throws hitting his bald spot.
No.
In the back of his head, it might be, 4% of his brain energy is used thinking about his bald spot, and that's the 4% he needs to put the Lakers over the top and make a run in the playoffs.
He's too busy focusing on the girls that are sucking his dick. He doesn't have time to think about what's behind him. We just got shit in front of him that's already gone. Like, that sounds like not it.
I don't think girls are sucking his dick while he's playing basketball. What up, G Prime?
You don't know what he's capable of. You're not LeBron.
Raptors are NBA champs. Yeah, dude, that was cool to see. That was cool to see Kyle Lowry get a chip. Cool to see Kawhi Leonard get another one. Kawhi, man, that's the importance of good perimeter defense in the modern NBA, because it's so goddamn difficult to play defense when you don't have the hand checks, and every little thing you do is a foul, and all the best ball handlers in the league, they got the fucking Euro step, and it's fucking hard to stop anybody. They just throw themselves into you and just flop Manu Ginobili style, and it's always a fucking foul, But yeah, it was good to see the Warriors lose. I would have preferred to see them lose with a full squad, but I made the prediction a couple podcasts ago, and I was listening back to it, and I was horrifically wrong. After the Raptors, cheered when Kevin Durant got hurt, and then were sucker punching Warrior fans outside the arena that night. I thought the tables were going to turn. I thought Steph, Clay, and Dre were going to come back and win those 2 games, because that was they still had the core of the team that won 70 games. But then Clay gets hurt in Game 6, and it's still a pretty relatively close game. But the Raptors got it done, baby. Kawhi Leonard was too much. Cactus Jack says they didn't even have to give up Kuzma. What the fuck? Yeah, I didn't like that deal for the Pelicans, but they kind of had to offload Anthony Davis. I think they got they got like two first round picks. I think maybe 3 first round picks. They got Brandon Ingram. I don't know how good of a player Brandon Ingram is going to be. He doesn't seem to have the mindset to be a real dominant player that his skill set might lead you to believe. Lonzo, I don't see, a very high ceiling for Lonzo. His game is so awkward. His shot is so broke. Like, I don't know, dude. What up, Florida Stacker? David says, if I was going bald, I would just shave it all. That's the move, dude. You got to go clean-headed. Lonzo has a high IQ. Well, I don't know. His game is just awkward. Like, it's hard having a point guard that can't shoot and stretch the defense. That's one of the main things that's made the Warriors successful, is having Steph Curry bring the ball down, and he's got unlimited range. And then they do that high pick and roll, and it's just fucking unstoppable because Steph can hit it from 30 feet out. And then you get that super high pick and roll. You stretch the defense way up, and then you got Draymond Green going on that roll. You hit him in the mid-range, and he can pass, he can dribble, he can take it to the cup, he can shoot the mid-range, he can pick and pop and shoot the three. Like, that's what makes the Warriors so unstoppable with that Steph Curry, Draymond Green high pick and roll. And I think some of the stagnation they've had is Kevin Durant coming along, and you need 10 to 15 isolation moments for Kevin Durant a game, and they get away from that flow of the high pick and roll and it opening up everything else in the offense and all the ball movement and shit. But it's important, in the modern NBA that your point guard can shoot that rock. I mean, unless he's like Giannis Antetokounmpo and he's just fucking 6'10 and 6'11 and just is getting more dunks in a season than Shaq, and he's just attacking the rim and he's an athletic freak. Lonzo's not that either. So he's not an athletic freak. He can't shoot worth a fuck. And, he's awkward and left-handed. I just wouldn't want that guy on my team. And he has a bunch of drama with LeVar Ball, hanging over his head all the time. I wouldn't want Lonzo on my team, honestly. That's a bunch of drama for not enough talent. Cactus Check says he's not left-handed. Well, I probably imagined that, all right, because his shot is so goddamn broke. He might as well be left-handed. He might as well try it left-handed, dude. I don't know why I thought Lonzo was left-handed. His shot is fucking, Sean Marion retarded. Sean Marion levels of retarded on steroids. What up, Alan James, you ravenous bigot? How the fuck you doing? This is the Tax Cattle Coalition, dude. And do not call me Nut Milk Nick. That's not my nickname. All right. I accept the Outrage Chancellor. I accept the Consensual Genghis Khan, Renaissance Rambo, Elvis of Enlightenment. Things of that nature. All right. We're out here in the jungle. We're heavily muscled up. We're fucking oiled up, dude. We got eye black under our eyes. The explosions are going off in the distance, and we're goddamn getting it for Western civilization. We're putting weight on our dips, ladies and gentlemen. I'm getting in the gym tomorrow. What up, Look a Bear? He says straight white male rap. What you talking about, baby? What you talking about? Cactus Check says, I like how he plays. He can play well with anyone. Rondo couldn't shoot at all, though, and won a championship. That's a good point. That's a good point, dude. But Rondo also, he had that frame where he could get in there and get, a lot of rebounds, and he was long on defense. I don't know. Maybe I'm underestimating Lonzo Ball. I just don't see the ceiling. But who knows, dude? He might go down there in that Big Easy. All right, with Zion Williamson, he might thrive, dude. He might, He might be that big baller down there in the Big Easy. You never know with fucking sports. That's why I can never transition over to sports betting from playing online poker. Because once the government cracked down on online poker, I was like, well, shit. I saw all these online poker pros transitioning over to daily fantasy sports. Like, that was the move. Go over to daily fantasy and just apply your poker principles of, you know, the mathematical equations, playing probabilities. But goddamn it, you can never depend on these 20-something-year-old fuckos that are playing these sports. You can never depend. You never know if they're pissed off at their girlfriend, or, you know, they got caught cheating, or, you know, they had a terrible meal. They had a little too much fucking whiskey at halftime. You never know, dude. And so betting on these guys to perform up to their averages is like, it's a goddamn crapshoot compared to poker, where you can make all your own decisions, and then you just got to let the cards play out. You can still get fucked over in poker, but over the long run, you're making all your own decisions and you're controlling your destiny. What up, David? You guys are talking about Judgment Day? Oh my God. Cactus Tech says, David, what happens on Judgment Day again? What about the whole thing about the resurrection of the dead? Is there going to be zombies? There's already zombies. All right, just go to a Joe Biden rally. Another beer, ladies and gentlemen. There's plenty of zombies, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, they're all around you. All right, they're very happy that there's a sign at the Creation Organic that says they don't serve racists, sexists, misogynists, homophobes. Because they feel like that's their, you know, that's their sorcery. That's their protection from the bigotry. And it's, they don't realize they just look retarded. David says, last night, Nick, you were talking about forming a libertarian boy band. Have you fleshed out the idea any further? Well, it was an alt-right boy band. All right, we're a little more edgy than that. We're not going to call it a libertarian boy band. We're going to lean into, you know, the caricature of the outraged chancellor. All right, we're going to have, you know, a little bit of satire. All right, and it's going to be an alt-right boy band. All right. Tearing up my heart, it's all the Jews. Taking all my money, they wanted to. And no matter what I do, I have to fund the wars. With or without choice, you know. We're done being your goy toy. Oh my God. Yeah, the Pelicans are getting Zion Williamson. That's pretty dope, dude. But what's not dope is having your team name be the fucking Pelicans. Ugh. Who's scared of the goddamn Pelicans? If there's one, could you pick a goofier fucking lamer bird, dude?
Chicken.
Chickens are at least delicious.
But who wants to be the chicken?
And then they have connotations. Well, that would be terrible if your team name was the chicken. But you could at least, like, there's an edgy part of a chicken where it's like, you know, we're driving our cars head first, you know, up against each other, and that's that game of chicken.
So edgy that that's what they call blimps. Chicken. That's edgy. What?
The fucking Pelicans, dude. The Chickens. Cactus Jack. Yeah, you couldn't call an NBA team the Chickens. What? The Kentucky Fried Chickens, everybody. The Washington Watermelons. Oh, fuck, dude. Oh, the California Kool-Aids.
Stop.
You couldn't do it. All right? Players like Draymond Green, they're already comparing, their situation to modern day slavery. And they get paid millions of dollars, they're super famous, and they get to play their favorite game for a living. But there's a white dude, typically a white dude, who's called the owner of the team. And oh my God, the connotations. But yeah, I'm excited to see Zion Williamson in the league. I hope he can stay healthy, because that's that one thing about the dudes that are that fucking ridiculously athletic. It's like they're getting up to fucking high heights. Their heads above the goddamn rim. They're going super fucking 100 miles an hour and fast braking. Your leg might break real fast when you're on that fast break, dude. Just ask Paul George. All right. So I hope Zion stays healthy, dude. He's got a sturdy fucking frame. He's like 6'9", fucking 280 or something. That boy drank his milk. All right, he's got some thick fucking bones, dude. That's gonna be hard to break. I just want to see him bring back the hand check. I want to see some actual defense. All right? We're all about defense here on the Outrage Cast, ladies and gentlemen. We're defending Western civilization. What would you expect? All right? And, I wasn't a prolific scorer in high school, but goddammit, I could lock somebody down on the wing. I got the claw of liberty. I'm like Kawhi Leonard, dude. Put me on Obama on the wing. He's getting locked down. That swishy hipped, high dribble bullshit. Get it out! I'm ripping that rock, Barack. You coming weak in the paint, you're going to get served up. Scandal-free presidency, my ass. I'm sending that faggoty lefty jumper back into the goddamn stands. Your tranny wife is going to be very disappointed. And he's going to be like, well, I just came out here for a friendly game of pickup ball. And this fella here, this Mr. Jordan, he seems real fired up. All right. He told me he voted for me. Okay, folks. And I don't want him to guard me. Seems like he has a chip on his shoulder. Seems like I disappointed him. Now, if okie dokie, if he's going to guard me, I'm not going to be able to get the shot off for the cameras. So we can't do that. Mr. Jordan cannot guard me. And that's how we're going to run this thing. All right? You didn't build that. Somebody else made that happen. Kekshek says, new 60 Minutes interview with Trump coming soon. Oh, that ought to be good. Hopefully he calls out the military-industrial complex again, dude. Raw Dog says, has Heaven ever been locked up in the LA County jail system?
No.
No. Heaven's got a clean goddamn record.
Thank God. Let's keep going, please.
I've never been arrested or locked up either. All right? Out here on that goody two-shoes behavior.
No one asked you because no one cares. They don't expect you to be locked up.
Sneaking and scheming.
Yeah, right. You're white. You don't do that. You're white. You don't know what that means.
I smoked a lot of weed in Oklahoma. I was breaking the law constantly.
Oh my gosh.
I was out there living on that razor's edge, dude. With a bong in my hand. with gigantic bongs, with a fucking a Z-shaped bong. We called it a zong. We're getting wild out there, dude. We have fucking gas masks on. G Prime says you're awesome, Heaven.
Why? Thank you.
Why do you think Heaven's awesome, G Prime?
Thank you. Because I'm a pork monkey. You know, but
Cactus Check says, do you think we're going to war with Iran, Nick? No, not at all. There's a lot of saber rattling. There's a lot of posturing. And that's one thing that having a super masculine president like Trump gets you, is people take your threat seriously. Kim Jong-un, he took that threat seriously, dude. He took that big dick diplomacy, all right, and he shied away, all right. Trump said he had a bigger nuclear button than Kim Jong. Kim Jong, he immediately respected the chutzpah of that. Finally, someone call me out for my tiny dick. I have very tiny dick. No one call me out. They think I'm going to kill them. By the way, did you see that headline the other day? Kim Jong-un apparently executed one of the members of the North Korean government because he thought that he was trying to organize a coup against him. And so he threw him in a piranha tank. They sliced him open with knives and then dropped him in a piranha tank, and the piranhas fucking ate him, dude. It's literal Austin Powers evil going on. It's Dr. Evil incarnate. Like, it's so ridiculous over there, dude. It's a fucking cartoonish, Looney Tunes style evil going on. He's dropping anvils on people's heads. I wouldn't be surprised if he's sticking dynamite up people's asses, dude. Throwing them off big red cliffs. That is fucking incredible. Can you imagine if Trump did that? If Trump if they got the indictments of the people who started the phony ass Russia investigation, if they lined up James Comey and Andrew McCabe and Rod Rosenstein and Peter Strzok, and they just gave him a couple jabs with a knife and dropped them all in a piranha tank, dude, and they put it on. And Trump was live tweeting it. It looks like James Comey, he's being torn to shreds here. There's a lot of, he's 6'8". There's a lot of criminal there to be eaten by the piranhas. The piranhas are not going to have to eat for a week. But this is all a very productive day for America. And the criminals are being eaten, rightfully so. And your favorite president is here live tweeting along with it, ladies and gentlemen. Dude. Trump needs a piranha tank. Oh, fuck. Cactus Jack says, real quick, let's do this one first. David says, why do black women always melt down in gas stations? He says, in the last year, I've seen 3 of them freak out at the gas station while I was in line. Throwing stuff, tearing stuff off the shelves. Well, they don't hide their emotions, dude.
I don't know what you're talking about.
They wear it on their sleeves. Why are they pissed off at gas stations?
So there's 3 women in your entire life, and now it's all black women. All right.
I mean, there might have been a legitimate problem at the gas station. They might have been fucking up. Those people are not paying attention, dude. The people who work at gas stations are, the most airheaded, mouth-breathing, knuckle-dragging individuals. All right? They're constantly fucking up, Alan James says, Heaven took that personal, LOL. No, she's goofing on you. But there might have been a legitimate problem at the gas station, dude. And if it was a white person who got fucked over at the gas station, they would just put their head down and be like, oh, fuck, motherfuckers, and walk off. But a black lady would be like, no, fuck that. And she started tearing calendars off the wall and throwing shit. Because, they're honest. That's how they feel in that moment.
Most women that go off in public have a legitimate reason. There just are very little signs outside to warn you that it's happening unless you're in it.
It's the same reason that black people talk on speakerphone in public. They don't give a fuck what you think. They're doing their thing.
But I was not raised that way, though. We made sure that we didn't act out in public ever.
Yes, Heaven is very controlled and very polite in public. You know, she has a rigorous, you know, politeness to her. She compliments everyone's clothing as she's walking past.
Genuinely.
You know, she's that sidewalk conversation starter. Oh my God, I love your jacket.
I mean, if I like it, I'm going to tell them. I mean, good job. Picking out clothes is not easy.
She brightens people's day, dude.
And I mean every compliment I give.
She gives them that little touch of heaven.
Wouldn't the world be a better place if everyone got one good compliment a day?
Heaven has probably prevented suicides, all right, by complimenting weird people about, you know, what they're wearing. And like, oh my God, nobody said anything all day. You know, brighten up that day, dude.
I literally had some girls tell me that. She's like, no one said anything to me all day, and she looked amazing. I was like, what the fuck? You look great.
Women love that shit, dude.
And guys love it too. Oh my God.
Guys in West Hollywood love it.
Because how many guys do not have their girlfriends telling them every single day, I love you, you're so handsome.
Well, straight guys just love it because you're talking to them.
I know, but if their wives or whatever were like giving them like constant.
Oh, I didn't even have to start the conversation. She did it for me.
No, it's just like they find it outside because a lot of girls just like that dies down. Like you should be like, I love you every day. Like in the that keeps it exciting. But whatever.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to war with Iran. I think it's geopolitical posturing because Trump has to make the final call, and he knows that his base is rabidly anti-war for the most part. His real base, not the fake, you know, neocon conservatives that have just kind of been swayed over to Trump because they hate the left so much. Those guys would be fine with a war. They're psychos, but Trump knows that his real base is anti-war, and they loved him for calling out the bullshit weapons of mass destruction lie that got us into Iraq. Trump was the only candidate who would look in Jeb Bush's face and be like, yeah, your brother lied us into war, and we wasted millions of dollars and killed, you know, damn near 1 million people for no reason. And he said that, dude, and all the lobbyists and the deep state sneaks in the crowd, they were fucking hissing and it was just like a den of fucking snakes just slithering. And Trump stood up there like that apex predator centipede that he is. And I don't give a fuck. George Bush, he lied us into the war, and it was a big disaster. And I don't think that's how you keep America safe. Because Jeb Bush was like, my brother, he did his best to keep America safe. I don't think that's how you keep people safe, Jeb. I don't think wasting trillions of dollars and dropping a bunch of bombs on a bunch of brown people that had nothing to do with the tragedy of 9/11. He went hard in the paint, Doug. And, you know, the new right that is anti-war, when the left has you know, conveniently forgot about that issue. Oh no, we got infiltrated by communists. We don't care about being anti-war anymore. That's so passe. Oh, that was cool in the 60s when, you know, America was fighting communism and we wanted to support communism subtly. So we went out and protested and pretended we were anti-war, but in actuality, the ideological movement underneath it was all a bunch of communist horseshit. And that's revealed itself by, you know, Joseph McCarthy being dead on the money and the ideological infiltration of our country. All right. Now 20% of social science professors openly identify as Marxist. Those are the ones who admit it. So you know it's higher than that. Higher than 20% of the professors are straight up communists. You know, that friendly, cute little ideology that's killed 250 million people. Oh boy. You can't be a Nazi professor. If there was a professor that called himself a Nazi, it would be a front page headline news story on the Drudge Report. Oh my God, the evil! You know? But communism isn't seen as evil like the Nazis are. because it's not as direct, it's indirect. It has a very cute and very like loving marketing campaign around it. Oh, we just want to help the underqualified and the oppressed, and we're just trying to be Robin Hood. And meanwhile, what they do is they cut the legs out of the productive people, redistribute their income to the unproductive people, and everybody starves. Whoopsie daisy. Everybody except the tyrant rulers in the communist government. They sit back in their Bernie Sanders, oceanside palaces and laugh while it's all going down. But no, I don't think we're going to war with Iran. First of all, if I had to choose one Middle Eastern country to live in, one majority Muslim country to live in, it might be Iran, dude. You got some based motherfuckers in Iran. I've met some comics out here that are Iranian. And, I know one Iranian dude who voted for Trump. And, he's super based. They're pretty into the free market when you look at the populace of Iran. But they happen to be controlled by a psychotic theocracy in their own country. What's up, Tatiana? David says, LOL, into the free market. Nick, you libertarian Jew. What does that mean? I'm talking about comparatively to the other Arab countries in the Middle East. They're out there trying. What up, Mark Zuckerberg? He says, have you seen the Taliban schools that are government funded but ran and operated by the Taliban? No. Are you talking about in Iran? I have not seen that. All right, I'm going off very limited personal experience with Iranians. All right, and Iranian history, the patchwork little pieces of it I know. Before that theocracy took hold, dude, they had some chutzpah. Tatiana says she's lit as fuck right now. Well, there you go. That's how we get. That's how we get on that Saturday night, ladies and gentlemen. We get all fired up. All right, this is that Tax Cattle Coalition. All right, we're not taking it anymore. We're fired up. We're done funding the wars. We want freedom, baby, and nothing but. That's why we're sipping on this natty light. That's that red, white, and blue. That's what we get into. Raw Dog says, you see those cops in Arizona draw weapons on that black chick because her baby took a Barbie from the store? I saw a headline about that. Motherfuckers are getting crazy, dude. It's a Barbie doll. Relax. Everybody's on edge. Oh my God, there's going to be civil war. Everybody's on Twitter, getting all fired up. But that's what we do here at the Outrage Cast, ladies and gentlemen. We take all of that pent-up frustration and we make jokes about it and we release and we have catharsis. We get on here and we laugh at the ridiculousness of the world, ladies and gentlemen. We release that tension, We're doing our part to prevent, clashing in the streets. We're making the arguments, ladies and gentlemen. Because the collectivists think they want violence in the streets, but they really don't want it. All right, the Trump supporters are the police, the military, the gun owners, the bikers. You don't want that, baby. Let's just keep it with the arguments. All right, let's make our case. G Prime says, Nick, what are your thoughts on the Memphis riots? I don't know anything about them, dude. School me. Cactus Jack says Mel Gibson was one of the first people to call out the Jews in Hollywood. Well, I think he just, had a drunk, angry rant where he called somebody a kike. I don't know if that's technically calling out the Jews in Hollywood, but Mel definitely got liquored up, and went on a rant there. It wasn't exactly Outrage Cast quality in terms of the arguments, but he definitely got his point across. Oh, Cactus Jack says, no, he did other stuff, Nick. Okay. Oh, Raw Dog says they blackmailed Mel for that one. Well, he's made that resurgence, dude. He's one of those, he's one of those independent patriots in Hollywood. He's made his own path, dude. Mel Gibson's a bad motherfucker. Cactus Jack says, I agree, David. I've ran into a lot of black people issues at gas stations. I've never had an issue at a gas station, ladies and gentlemen. Florida Stacker says he paid $2.41 a gallon today. You lucky bastard. I paid probably, $3.97. All right, I got to take the first outrage piss of the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I shall return. I shall read comments. I shall crack another natty light. All right. G Prime says the woman I've gotten from just my tongue ring alone. The second they see it, their sugar walls crumble. LOL. Dude, that's a little bit questionable to have a tongue ring as a dude. What are you doing out there, G Prime? Oh my God! Do you swish your hips like Obama when you walk? What's happening?
You're just a... Coming from a guy who doesn't do it at all. But I would just be careful. Make sure to clean your piercing.
Oh, Zuckerberg was... Joey Diaz was talking about the OJ on Twitter. 400K subscribers on your first day. Stabbing your wife to death has its benefits. Oh, dude, but that's that juice. He was a cultural icon before he decided to get into, some stabbing behavior. All right?
Behavior?
He was charismatic as a motherfucker, dude. He was running that rock. He was breaking rushing records. If some random dude stabbed his wife, it wouldn't have been, it would have been a one-day story.
It still would have been a tragedy.
Oh, it's still a tragedy, but it wouldn't have been a big fucking cultural moment like the OJ thing was.
OJ is just...
Cactus Jack says Iraq War was a response to 9/11. Lasted too long, but it was warranted. Anything now would be terrible for both sides. Warranted? What did that accomplish? What did that have to do with 9/11? Was Saddam Hussein involved? They never proved it. It was all Osama. All right? The Muslim Brotherhood.
There's another reason, an underlying reason they're not talking about, obviously. Because you don't take an insurance policy out on the government. This is all
You talking about Larry Silverstein? Uh-oh. I've never talked to her about 9/11 with Heaven, but it seems like she's a truther. All right? She's on that inside job. We can talk about it. All right, Larry Silverstein, he had that insurance policy on the towers there. All right.
It specifically outlined for had a rider that was specifically for terrorist attacks as well, and I think it was something $1 billion. Like, how do you that alone? And
It's creepy.
The government doesn't just do things. The government shows you something and it's doing something underneath. It is governing itself to hide itself from us. All this shit, the war is maybe partially warranted, but that's a distraction.
What up, Burgess?
From the other shit they're bringing here, like heroin.
Yeah, I think they were looking for an excuse to go over there and topple regimes in the Middle East and try to take control of their resources.
Like, what a great plan to have. Like, you know what? Let's have a major disaster. There's going to be a lot of lives, but we'll be able to have a reason. And whatever secret fight they're having with them, whatever they want from them, they just need a distraction, excuse.
Problem, reaction, solution. That's what the government's all about, dude. That's that Fast and Furious under Obama. Oh, we're just arming the Mexican drug cartels with these AK-47s. We're just trying to keep track of the guns. Oh, scandal-free presidency. Don't look at us.
How much can they really care about human lives when there's mentally ill people on the street and there's so many people that need help that the government isn't helping? But yet there's...
We don't know why you can't go to Cabo and party anymore without getting your head cut off. We just gave the Sinaloa drug cartel a bunch of goddamn automatic weapons. We thought it would be fun. But the continuing of the criminality benefits the government because then they get to step in and play that fucking referee.
They are the criminals.
Oh yeah, they're the head criminals in charge, but empowering, the violent drug cartels and, incentivizing crime is only good for the government.
It's not even just that. They can be the hero and they can be the crime lord all in one. They are causing the problem or exacting the problem and they're being the hero on stage. But in reality, all they're doing is being a circle. If they're monopolizing us, they monopolize crime. Think about it. They control what happens with crime everywhere.
Yeah, it's the same thing because they have no incentive to actually eliminate it. Their only incentive is to keep it going so they can continually create new government departments that, we're keeping you safe.
Yes. And it's
it's the same thing with the pharmaceutical industry. Like, and the way the way doctors practice medicine, it's not to get to the root of the problem and cure what you have. It's to manage your symptoms. And this opiate will take away the pain for a brief period of time and just keep taking them and it'll be fine. It's like stringing you along, keeping you in the system.
It's doing the exact opposite of what they swore not to do, which is to only help, never to hurt them. They took an oath. And if they're trying to keep you sick so they can get paid, that's disgusting.
Yeah, but it's all about the incentives. It's not even about it's not even about like individuals that are like pure evil or anything. It's like it's all these incentives that are set up. Like they have, these medical clinics that are attached directly to pharmacies. And it's like, well, I could, do this rigorous analysis of your entire, biological system if I actually wanted to figure out what the root of your problem is and get down to it and really figure it out and really eliminate it. Or I could just write you a prescription and you could go next door and pay, exorbitant prices for this symptom management.
Because most people who become doctors, think about it, they become a doctor because that's where the money is, so they say, that's where the money is. A lot of people become a doctor because they want to help people. They do that as like a byproduct, but they do it for the gloss and the money and the prestige of it. It's not really about what a doctor is there for, to help heal people. That's what the problem is the root of people that are going into that industry. They already have the wrong idea. You're not going there to enjoy the process and help people. You're in there for something else. Yeah,
and the increasing government in medical care is like, everything's handled through insurance companies now, and all these insurance companies are these big monopolies. They've been set up by the government. It's like, cut out your competition. Isn't it fun? And it's like, what's been taken away is that personal relationship with your doctor. Like Stefan Molyneux has talked about this, how medicine used to work. You used to have your own personal doctor and you used to pay them like a monthly stipend.
Yep.
And that was to keep you healthy. So their incentive to keep getting the money was to keep you healthy. And then when you got sick, you stopped paying the doctor. And then he had an incentive to pay you a visit and figure out what the fuck is going on and get you healthy again.
No, they just shifted all the risks to the patient and none of it to the doctor. The doctor is now just there as like there to watch and like supervise your slow death.
Yeah. Well, I just went through the protocol. This is the prescription they told me to write.
Exactly. Instead of, if we have medical insurance, the government, why don't we have mental health insurance? That's what's really missing is the mental health.
Mental health is weird too because like it's so subjective. We don't know enough about the brain to figure out what's actually going wrong.
We do though. What are you talking about? You don't know anything about psychology. Like, so what the fuck are you talking about? First of all, stop. No, because I went to school for this, bro. You don't know what you're talking about. We know a lot about the brain. We just haven't put enough time and money into helping and actually developing that because we're fucking lazy. We want a quick fix. We have to sit down and talk and be people. Nothing else will solve our problems other than that shit, period. Facts. Period.
Well, yeah, and you also need mental institutions for these people that are talking to themselves at the bus stops.
But institutions that
all right.
actually help, not institutions, mental health facilities, not institutions.
Yeah, we don't need to be doing lobotomies.
An institution is jail. An institution is school. This is therapy. This is help.
David says people are depressed because our society is godless and dysfunctional. Well, people don't have direction. They don't have a mission. They don't have, a purpose in their life. They're also aimless and just like, oh, it's about hedonism and materialism and making a bunch of money and having a bunch of sex and doing all these things. And everybody's all spread out trying to find the answer. And the answer is within themselves, figuring out the truth of what happened in their childhood and where it's leading them and all the unconscious, drivers of their behavior and figuring it out and getting along a path of challenging yourself to do something that's going to help your society at large and having a responsibility for your existence.
And not doing it for yourself, but doing it for selflessness, truly selfless. You're not doing that in your life and aiming for that. I don't know why you're fucking here. I know you have to make our means and be who we are, but you need to be giving back or get the fuck.
Cactus Shack says, no, the answer is Jesus in all caps.
No.
Well, you can take inspiration from the Jesus story, but you don't have to necessarily believe in magic and virgin births and resurrections. You can take inspiration from the Jesus story that he sacrificed himself for the betterment of the world. All right, he sacrificed himself for a higher ideal.
Or how about the person that's down the street that you see every single day that you ignore? What about that? Or other people in your community? Fuck all that shit. No. What about what you can see? Focus on that.
Cactus Shack says blasphemy in all caps. Have fun in hell. No, we're bettering society with goddamn arguments. All right, and a purpose and a drive that people are missing. All right, they need some goddamn chutzpah. All right, the Jews have chutzpah, but they're all scatterbrained from the Talmud, and they're 5'5" with 4-inch dicks, and they're clawing and scheming and scrabbling their way into positions of power. All right, that's what they do. The Talmud Jews, but the Torah Jews, they got a little bit more logos. They're attached to that 10 Commandments a little more directly. All right, but you can take the 10 Commandments, you can take Jesus' life as inspiration and use it in your goddamn life. You don't have to believe in magic.
Or if you do, it doesn't matter as long as whatever you're getting back out is not hurting anyone and is not destructive. I don't care what you believe in. You can believe in whatever you want, but if you're adding to society and not being destructive and you're actually driving to be a better you every single day, then awesome. Believe in fairies, the devil, I don't care. But believe in human beings. What the fuck is wrong with everyone? It's not anything else but that. Fuck.
Mm-hmm. Aaron Freeman says marijuana is changing the game. Yeah, that's really fucking up the pharmaceutical agenda there. Because there's a lot of things that we can treat, all right, that they're prescribing, opiates for. And, That's the poppy fields we're protecting in the Middle East. It's going straight to, the pharmaceutical clinics in Florida. We're giving you that hillbilly heroin, dude.
What they should do is make American marijuana clinics where physicians are now experts in that field, and they just administer it as medicine and have a whole doctor, not just a whole experience, not a doctor's office. That's what they should do, is just shift over, and then who the fuck cares? Like, people are smart.
Cactus Jack says weed is bad just like jerking off. There's no correlation there, dude. And just to prove it to you, I'm going to take a rip of the vape on the podcast.
Addiction is addiction.
Weed can be bad for you if you do it all day, every day, and it's negatively affecting your life. Just like anything, dude. If you jerk off too goddamn much, it can negatively affect your life. You can lose all of your dragon energy for defending Western civilization, and you could be all emaciated and tired all day, and you can sit on the fence like Joe Rogan, all right, on every issue and never get down to the truth, and constantly play devil's advocate with yourself, all right, because you're jerking off and smoking weed all day. It's fine, but you exercise a little bit of discipline. A little bit of the THC never hurt anybody.
I mean, if jerking off all day gets your mind right, then that's fine. It's not the action itself. It's like, is that adding to your life? If that works for you, do whatever makes you work. There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, I think it is bad for men's brains to watch porn because they're cucking themselves.
That's your opinion, but to shame someone for watching porn is kind of rude when you used to watch porn. It's like, you're so detached from that. That's kind of fucked up.
Cactus Jack says weed is bad for people who can't even bench their body weight. Don't start taking cheap shots at my chicken chest. All right, we're working on it. I'm getting in the gym tomorrow, dude. I'm hitting that chest machine. I'm hitting the military press. I'm doing my heavy dips.
Why is he checking you out so hard? Damn.
Huh?
Why is he checking you out?
No, this is a constant bit on the podcast that Cactus Jack makes fun of my physique. And I love it so goddamn much because it's so funny. I just love the idea of, Trump can't build a wall, so I'm building a brick suit around my musculature. All right? I love the idea of getting big to defend Western civilization, of getting super muscled up and all oiled up and putting, eye black under my eyes and getting out there in the jungle and hunting the predatory ideas. All right? It's about getting out there in the goddamn jungle. We're that tax cattle coalition, dude. We've been mooing, truths across the barn for a while now. And all the cows are starting to agree, dude. We're getting it. Cactus Jack says Nick grow some balls and take steroids.
No.
Well, if I grew balls and took steroids, then the balls I just grew would get smaller. What's the point of that?
Doesn't matter. You're putting a needle in your ass.
He says you're an atheist, you have nothing to lose. Well, does God not like steroids?
Oh my gosh. If we didn't have steroids inside of us, we wouldn't have. Oh my god.
Well, if you'd like to contribute to the Light Anabolic Fund, it's paypal.me/Outrage TV. All right, I could be on some of that Anavar.
You're feeding
all right.
his addiction. Don't do that. Do not feed and fund his addiction, please.
I could be getting super jacked up for Western civilization. It's already a destruction scene. It's already apocalyptic when I go to the Planet Fitness. All right, as soon as I walk in, I set off the lunk alarm. Oh, Nick Jordan's here. Fuck. And they have a personal metal detector that they have set up for me. And it always goes off, and they know it's going to go off, and then I pull my dip belt with the chain on it out of my backpack, and they're like, Nick, do you have to do it today? Just not today, Nick. I mean, you're hurting everyone's feelings. And I politely decline, and I pull my dip belt back, a little aggressively, pull it back, no, I'm going in today, I'm doing my thing. And then it's already like, I'm not taking steroids, dude. I'm all natty. But I go in there and I get on the weighted dips, dude. And there's explosions going off in the background. It's like a goddamn Rambo scene. It's like Hiroshima footage, dude. In the Planet Fitness. I'm cracking another beer.
And you shouldn't ask them to fund your steroids because that gate flag is illegal, and should be funded.
Well, if you just like to contribute to the Western Civilization Defense Fund in general, it's paypal.me/Outrage TV, ladies and gentlemen. Cactus Check says if your arms are above 14 inches, you get kicked out of Planet Fitness. Listen, you got to move on. Let's go to a real gym. They got the weights, dude. No need to pay any more a month. Raw Dog says, quit slamming the weights. Sometimes you gotta slam them. Let motherfuckers know. No, I rarely slam the weights. I'm very polite. I'm just in my head. It's an action scene from a Rambo movie. All right? Because you know what the fuck I'm listening to. You know what I'm listening to when I go in on the dips, dude. When the explosions are going off in the background. Let's get in here, baby. Woo! Oh, let's get it in. Oh shit! And in my head, it's like a bodybuilding competition between all the different countries, and they're going down, and there's black dudes from Africa, and there's European dudes and there's Australians, and then they come to me and they're like, "What do you got, America?" And I put my fucking red, white, and blue bandana on, dude, and you hear this shit. That's how it goes down at the Planet Fitness, ladies and gentlemen. Got to get it in. Get that goddamn, get that dragon energy out of you. Get engaged in the world, dude. Get them reps in. Alan James said, did I see Tyson Fury? What happened to Tyson Fury? Oh, did they have a fight tonight? He fought some, no-name dude, didn't he? 2-round destruction of Tom Schwartz. Well, that's good to see. At least, we're on track for that Deontay Wilder, rematch. Because Anthony Joshua's management team fucked the whole goddamn situation up. We could have had Joshua Wilder. We could have had Joshua Fury. Instead, Joshua gets his block knocked off by, the Pillsbury Doughboy of Mexican heavyweight champions. Everybody was making fun of that dude's physique, but man, he could throw some goddamn punches. His technique was super slick, dude. He came in with that fucking hook, dude. Oh, that fucking right overhand and just cracked Joshua. Oh, that was. He had the lightning, dude. He had that Mexicana. But Anthony Joshua shouldn't have been fighting that dude. He has no name recognition with the general public, and he's also like, he was like 34-1 going into that fight. He's like, he's a bad motherfucker, you know, and he looks unassuming, like he's not superhero body built like Anthony Joshua. So it looks even worse when he loses to this guy that doesn't have big name recognition and just gets knocked out. That's the risk you take in any boxing fight, dude. We needed to have fucking Joshua Fury. They could have done that. They could still do it. You know, what was that? Joshua's first loss or second? Muhammad Ali lost a couple times, dude. Get back in there. I still want to see him versus Fury and versus Wilder. Man, Deontay Wilder's going to be back. He's going to be hard to beat. Like, people were calling that fight for Tyson Fury, and the big story was how he came up like the fucking Undertaker after Wilder knocked him out or knocked him down. But, hey, Deontay Wilder was the only one who got a knockdown like that. Like, that was a ruthless fucking punch he laid on him. And he's got the scariest power I've ever seen in a heavyweight boxer, other than probably Mike Tyson. But he's got a different type of power. Like, it's not the short, compact, super, you know, furious shit like Tyson. It's like, it's this long range, awkward, just heavy boned, fucking lightning fast punches, dude. Deontay Wilder that's a scary man, ladies and gentlemen. Uh-oh, Alan James has a new video. Let's look him up here. All right, I'll go on live chat. Send me that damn link. Somebody send me a link. Yeah, whatever happened to Dave Kranick? He, you know, the last we heard of him, there was a bullet ricochet accident. You know, he had to get all these stitches in his leg, and he was watching the live stream from his bed in the hospital. Super based patriot. Dude. Watching the outraged chancellor go on his drunken rants from his hospital bed. You know. That's outrage faithful, dude. Honorary first mate on the outraged battleship. You know, and he's the one who told us a story about being stationed in the military in Africa for some goddamn reason. I think he said in Eastern Africa. And he got one of his balls shot off by a child soldier. Insane, dude. I remember the night where he told us that story in the comments. Dave Kranick, dude, if he's real, he's a goddamn legend. He might just be on that fan fiction. All right, so we got a link to Alan James' new video. Let's check it out. I like the last one, where he had me doing the voice, making fun of the immigrant lady. That was super offensive. Alan James under the hashtag #NutMilkNet. Don't tag me just because I drink almond and cashew milk. You know, just because it's really high in protein. Just because I got it at a supermarket in West. So he has shown me going on my rant, all right, about, I threw the milk away. I have almond and cashew milk, ladies and gentlemen. Very high in protein. Mix it in with your protein shakes, dude. Makes it taste like a goddamn Frosty from Wendy's when you put the ice cubes in there. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Mixes up perfect with the protein shake. Also happens to be high in protein as a milk. Now, the one thing you do not do, you do not call me Nut Milk Nick because I drink nut milk. That's not, I typically don't share that fact with people. You know, I don't phrase it in that way. I drink almond and cashew milk, dude. Very high in protein. I got it from a supermarket in West Hollywood, you know, and it's tremendous. All right, and this is what Alan James is highlighting in this video, and then he shows a rainbow flag in honor of Pride Month. I'm immediately giving this video a thumbs up. Everyone should subscribe to Alan James.
You know, just because it's very creamy and refreshing, that doesn't mean, you know, that I'm hashtag nut milk Nick. That's not what we're going for here on the Outrage.
Now, what Alan James has done is slowed down the video a little bit to make me seem entirely more fucked up than I actually was. Oh, the deception. I see it in you, Alan James. This is fucking hilarious.
I mean, these are all facts, but you know, let's have a night.
Now he's showing the battleship, all right? And it's made of Legos, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God, the battleship named Pride and Joy.
This little public relations campaign for the Outrage Chancellor. Let's not poison the well to the new viewers. It mixes in fine with my protein shakes, dude.
He is intercutting, all right, Fight Club style, subliminal imaging, all right, of me posing in some strapped outfit at some kind of debaucherous gay pride parade. This is bordering on insurrection, Alan James. All right, there will not be a mutiny on the Outrage battleship. I do encourage everyone to subscribe to Alan James. That funny bastard fuck. Oh, dude. We don't edit shit together. We go live, ladies and gentlemen. But I respect the editing acumen. All right? I had my hand at editing a few of the sketches me and the homies put together. You know? But now we just fucking go live on the Outrage battleship. Like the damn tax cattle we are. But we're a fucking coalition of tax cattle. We're coming together. We're whispering what we know. In the case of the Outrage Chancellor, he's shouting it at all hours of the morning. Sometimes on hot nights with all his windows and doors open where the entire complex could hear the arguments. It needs to be shouted. Cactus Shake says, it seems Alan paid his hard-earned money for you to pay heaven's rent, not set up the cam. Sad. Not what has been happening. I've given my heart and my soul into trying to set up that damn webcam. My fucking laptop, ladies and gentlemen. The outdated, sad state.
Are they blaming you? Are they blaming me for why you're not setting up your computer?
That was the joke he made, but you know, what's really going on is the laptop. I do not know how to set that goddamn camera up. Oh shit, Alan James says soul. I didn't think you had one. My rhetorical soul. You know what the fuck I'm talking about when I say soul, dude. Come on, dude. You know what the fuck I'm talking about when I say soul. I've given James Brown level effort to this damn webcam. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure out the webcam. Give me a piece of software. Give me a tutorial. Help a tax cattle out. Come on, Doug. We're gonna get into this webcam action. I've tried the Logitech Capture. I've tried the goddamn OBS. Now Cactus Jack is slandering James Brown. All right. Unforgivable, sir. But that's the type of energy I've been putting into this goddamn webcam. And it goddamn mystifies me. Ooh, Trump to launch campaign that never really ended. Wall Street Journal article behind a goddamn paywall, I'm sure. Alan James, you ridiculous bastard. Trump says, do you believe that the failing New York Times just did a story stating the United States is substantially increasing cyber attacks on Russia? That is a virtual act of treason by a once great paper, so desperate for a story, any story, even if bad for our country. Oh. Well, the New York Times, not the most objective, are they? Who the fuck owns the New York Times? Mostly Carlos Slim. All right, benefiting from all the illegal immigration. What is David talking about? David's talking about that cocaine. Oh, with James Brown. He says, hoes with money are not a threat to the system. Women in general aren't a threat. That's why putting them in positions of power is important, because they will serve whoever's in charge regardless. In the Bible, being ruled over by a woman is a curse from God. I don't know what David is talking about either. What are your ideas? I don't give a goddamn what you have between your legs in terms of your genitalia situation. I don't give a goddamn. If you're for freedom, if you're drastically reducing the size of this giant federal government tick on our neck, as the American public that's radically inflating, and half the country is like, we need a bigger tick. That's the problem. The tick on our neck is not big enough. Cut the tick off. If there's a chick that goes up there and says we need to cut the tick off, or at least, let's half the size of this tick, I'd be down for it. Oh, Cactus Jack talking heavy shit. Oh, he says he doesn't care about your cam. He's too busy sucking off Lee Syatt for a comedy gig. Lee Syatt's most desirous dreams. Lee Syatt is kicking rocks at the same open mics I am, ladies and gentlemen. He hangs out with Joey Coco Diaz, and that's his goddamn thing. When Joey comes around, I'll talk to Joey. But I seriously I feel bad about the webcam. I was thinking about it today. How the fuck do I get it to work? I need a damn tutorial, dude. I need to double and triple check to make sure the laptop is the problem, because that seems to be the goddamn case. Whenever I connect the cam and go to either OBS or the Logitech Capture, It gives me instant alerts. You might not have the processing power to do this, baby. Flashing on the screen on the Logitech Capture, and then the OBS is just a crash fail every time, dude. It plays like 5 minutes of the stream, and then it just crashes. Alan James says, Burgess got close to Dave Cranick, got close to Kiki, got close to Denise, all gone. Is Burgess kidnapping people for some satanic ritual? Oh man, you putting together that theory, dude. Where are Dave Cranick, where are Kiki and Denise? He's recruiting. Uh-oh, Kiki's here. Kiki didn't get kidnapped for the ritual. She escaped Burgess's clutches. Burgess was out there hot on her tail, dude. Burgess is probably in Kiki's apartment right now. He's live streaming from inside the house. You know. It's K. Burgess. Look out, Kiki. Hopefully you got that concealed carry. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you find any good tutorials on Google, I've scoured the pages, dude. All the help documents, all the fucking forum posts about Logitech Capture and that camera and fucking getting it to work. If you have a link for me, email me at nickjordan84@gmail.com because I cannot get to the root of it. I do want to upgrade the camera. I do want to have the goddamn document cam, ladies and gentlemen, so we can scope out the internets. And you don't have to stare at the Outrage Chancellor's mug the entire time. Uh-oh, Brett Favre comes in and says, you're not even American. And then it says he's trying to send me a dick pic. I'm going to decline that. What are you doing, dude? Come on, Brett. I know you threw a lot of touchdowns, but goddamn, you threw a lot of picks too. All right, you don't have to throw me a pic of that, of that American situation you got in your goddamn underwear, dude. That's ridiculous. Stop. Brett fucking Favre. You threw a lot of picks, dude. David says, among other topics like elite pedo rings and stuff. What are you talking about? Among other topics. Oh, there's a good book that includes a lot about satanic ritual murder in the... Oh, well, I don't think I'm going to go down that fucking path, dude. I don't think I'm going to investigate that goddamn rabbit hole. Yes, please subscribe to Alan James' channel. He deserves it. The editing is tremendous. His attempted takedowns of the Outrage Chancellor are commendable. All right, and I respect that in a first mate. He's got to test my mettle. All right, he's got to hold my feet to the fire, just like we got to do to Trump. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we got to make sure he does not start any of these neocon, heavily mustached, bullshit, deep state, street sweeping fucking wars. Cannot do that. But Alan James holds my feet to the fire, ladies and gentlemen. If I'm going to go on rants about nut milk, I deserve to be memed. And I take it willingly. I do put nut milk in my protein shakes. All right? We're getting down to the goddamn truth here, ladies and gentlemen. We're not skimming over facts. I'm giving you that raw, unfiltered live. If you want to see some edited shit, go look at Alan James. All right? That's his craft. My craft is the live flow and the Dragon Energy expellation. The late night sculpting, dude. Sculpting Tetris blocks that fit perfectly into the consciousness of the Outrage crew. And we all look around as that team of fucking tax cattle and we form a coalition against the goddamn tyrants who steal our tax money and call it good. And want to teach your children all about it. And teach them about Pride Week as well, yes. David says Nick's afraid to talk about satanic ritual murder. Well, it's not either the most pertinent topic or the most funny. So yeah, I'm skipping over the satanic ritual murder. Unless you got another piece of WikiLeaks that I've missed. All right, I know what John Podesta is up to. All right, I don't need a whole lot more evidence. I've come to my conclusions on that. Spirit cooking is very weird. But the secret societies, dude, they're into that weird shit. All right? Some people are into Santeria, where they fucking deconstruct chickens in a closet for some goddamn reason. Ooh, Tatiana's back. Santeria is some goofy shit. I don't know what people are doing. Why are you killing a chicken in a closet? What need is this serving? What are you doing? Either eat the chicken or what are you doing with the chicken? You know, you're getting ridiculous. There's people starving in Africa and you're dismembering this chicken in a closet. I remember there was this rapper named Azalea Banks. And it was weird as fuck. It was one of those mornings, you know those mornings where you wake up and you just like check social media randomly? And you're laying in bed and you're just looking at the top trending things of the day. I rolled over one day, it was like a couple years ago. I rolled over in bed and I looked at Twitter and the number one trending thing was Azalea Banks. She was this black chick rapper. And it was because she had released a video of her doing like some weird like Santeria chicken blood ritual in her fucking closet. And she was like covered in chicken blood. And she was like posting pictures and videos from it. Everybody was just creeped the fuck out. Like, what? Alrighty. Somebody doesn't have a public relations department. This is fucking weird, dude. What are you doing? David's getting in on my atheism again. He says he only believes in the flesh and libertarianism. Well, prove to me anything else exists. I'm waiting. All I need is some goddamn evidence, dude. I need some data. I'm on that motherfucking scientific method way of thinking. I can't just accept a premise without some goddamn experimentation, some data compilation. Cactus Jack says, when you die, you're screwed. Oh, with no evidence to back him up. Oh boy, he's flying blind. Believing whatever his heart tells him to. Go ahead, man. Do your thing. I require a little higher standard of proof. It's okay, man. We can stand shoulder to shoulder and defend Western civilization because we got common enemies. We got people out here trying to, communize the next generation in the goddamn universities. The left wants to nationalize everything and turn it into a big socialist/communist hellhole with open borders and big corrupt corporations and big corrupt banks that prey upon you. That's what they want, dude. The collectivist mind state is what we're up against, dude. You can say Jews are overrepresented in it. You could say, oh, it's this certain demographic of people. It's all beside the point, dude. The ideas are terrible. And that's why we're out here in the jungle, dude. We're heavily muscled up. We got fucking oil all over us. We got fucking eye black. We got bandanas. We got machine guns, and we got our guns too. We're out here, dude, in the motherfucking jungle. We're hunting the predatory ideas. We're out here on this outrage battleship, dude. It's a fleet of pirates. But we're not pirating. We're defending the shores from the goddamn tyrannical seas of cultural Marxism flowing beneath us. You guys feel the dragon energy. I'm getting in the gym tomorrow. We're getting bigger. We're eating our pizza. We're eating our ice cream, dude. We're cultivating for Western civilization. We got to build that brick suit up, ladies and gentlemen. If we can't get the brick wall built at the border, we got to build damn bricks on top of our shoulders. And that's what we're doing, baby. We're getting the calories in. We're getting the work in. We're getting the reps in on stage. We're getting up at the fourth wall. We're lighting motherfuckers up. And I know you feel the dragon energy. Kicking it live on the Outrage cast. It's what we like to do. It's that late night sculpting. We're getting in here and sculpting up the arguments for what really goddamn matters. It's getting on a mission. It's accomplishing your shit. It's getting engaged in the world and making strides toward what you want to do. It's getting that fucking cross up on your shoulder and staggering up the hill toward the goddamn mission. It's about individual freedom. It's about actual liberalism, not this horse shit that they call liberal now. Oh, there's no difference between anybody and we're all the same, but if you're a man that feels like a woman in your brain, you can transition because there's such a thing called a woman's brain, and it all makes perfect sense. What's the differentiation between a man's brain and a woman's brain? What? They got to be different, don't they? We're all equal, though. Men are better at different shit. Women are better at different shit on average, baby. And we all know it. Don't let the demon trannies come to your kid's school. Don't have your kid in the school. Better up. There's nothing good that's gonna come from it. You guys talking about UFOs? Yeah, King Shake says Brett Favre was overrated. There you go, man. But he was goddamn entertaining on Monday Night Football. And when he was mic'd up, you know. And that's why he gets overrated, because his personality was fucking, he was hilarious. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Outrage Chancellor has had all the motherfucking beers he needs for tonight. We're going to come back tomorrow night, get on the same Outrage Delight. Please send me, if you got any goddamn tutorials about the camera, send me an email, dude. nickjordan84@gmail.com. Hit me up. I'm trying to figure this shit out with the goddamn camera. You know. And I appreciate Alan James goofing on me, holding my feet to the fire, dude. Stoking the Outrage Chancellor. Stoke me, dude. Let's make this fire bigger. We're trying to grow Outrage TV. We're trying to get bigger. Not just in our shoulders. You know, share the stream out. Like it if you like it. You know, if you want to contribute to the fund. All right, paypal.me/Outrage TV. Put some dragon energy in my tank. I love all you bad motherfuckers. What Alan say up here? Alan James said, did Nick answer my question about helping him? What'd you originally say? I went on a fucking 10-minute rant there. Let me go to the full comment sheet. What'd you say though? Just give me them Cliff Notes. Where you at up here? Oh, offer to help me once I kill this stream. All right, buddy. Hit me up, man. nickjordan84@gmail. All right. I could use a little, tutelage in the technology. All right, right on. Sounds good, Alan James. All right, Outrage crew. Love out to all of you. Hanging with me through the technical difficulties, through thick and thin. We're out here on this Outrage battleship, dub. With that coalition of tax cattle. figuring shit out. All right, identifying the threats. I'd be careful. I might seduce Alan with my chicken shoulders. Oh man, you never know. He might start rolling them shoulders on you. He's so gay and Jewish. How dare you, Cactus Jack? Oh, AJ got here late, baby. We just wrapping up. You know, it's been a hell of a ride. Go check out Alan James' videos. With that Tax Cattle Coalition. You guys know what the fuck it is. We're on the battleship with a bunch of fucking mangy pirates. Let's get it. Let's get some goddamn individual freedom back. Let's preserve the good things about Western culture and move goddamn forward. And keep the goddamn tyrants out of power. Let's do it, baby. Like it if you like it. Share that bad boy out. Outrage TV, ladies and gentlemen. The Outrage Cast, I'm going to post an audio up on all the podcast apps. Hit it up. Peace the fuck out, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good Father's Day. Big ups out to all the daddies out there in the world. Go do your goddamn thing. I'm going to give mine a call.